So today I want to talk about journaling, but more than anything else, actually using the menstruation tracker in your journal, or how you can actually use your menstruation tracker to identify certain things around your hormones. So if I open, this is actually my journal that I've been using, and if we head out to the menstruation tracker, which actually looks like this page and that page. So you can see here I've been tracking my own cycle and just putting notes in there, things like discharge or spotted and things like that. And this actually helps you to see where you're heavy, you're too light, or you're just normal. And then using again the same journal, because the same journal will allow you to jot down anything that you think is wrong, is on your mind, to help you correlate your diet to your tracker, to when you were spotting, because I know a lot of people keep coming back and saying, I'm spotting, what am I doing wrong? I'm taking the arrow rate, I'm taking the Mosi chart. And we always say, go back and take a look at your diet, go back and take a look at sugar and carbs, and then correlate them with estrogen and progesterone. Now, if you are perimenopausal, for instance, it's very interesting that we go from, I was estrogen heavy, so I went from literally having excess estrogen and manifested or presented itself like endometriosis. But when you now go into perimenopause and estrogen is in decline, progesterone is in decline, you then start presenting PCOS like symptoms where you just feel like you don't have enough of the sex hormones that you need. And at this point, you can be cycling or non cycling. So, this helps me since I am in perimenopause at my age. And perimenopause can actually start even at 38. It's not something that starts in your 50s. It can actually, I'd say broadly, in your 40s, you're actually more or less perimenopausal when your period starts skipping or when your period comes for too long and you're bleeding a lot. So, now this menstruation tracker helps you put some of those things down. You know, if you missed, let's say, this for me indicates when I started doing intermittent fasting. And I noticed with intermittent fasting, because now I was really looking at my fasting sugar when I first started. You know, when I first wake up in the morning, I understand that I have been in a fast for 12 hours. And how do I break my fast? Do I reach for something sweet immediately, or do I think of protein? And how does that then impact my day? And then how does that then impact my period, which is now back to regular, you know, after starting intermittent fasting, you know, because I was experiencing all these difficult issues, you know, your hot flushes, your mood swings, and everything else, which I now rectified with arrowroot, Mosi chart. I am on super fertility. Before I wasn't, because I was estrogen dominant. I was on super vitality. So now my regime for perimenopause is obviously very different from my regime for when I was estrogen dominant. My regime for perimenopause is arrowroot, right? Mosi chart, because I really want to regulate my sugar. Super fertility, because I do need those sex hormones. I do need that estrogen. And busareg, of course, because gut issues never end. In fact, as you get older, more gut issues begin to present themselves. And of course, there's a very strong link between what's happening in your gut and what's happening in your liver and then what's happening in your hormones. So this was just like a recap around how we can use our journal. We can then, you know, like I've been spending a lot of time just talking about my feelings, talking about where I am, talking about things that inspire me, things that I did for myself today, things I learned, things I accomplished, or my mood, just monitoring my mood and being able to link it, you know, to what phase of the cycle I'm in. You know, am I in my luteal phase? Am I in my follicular phase? You know, when I'm on my period, how do I feel? Am I experiencing mood swings, like let's say just before my periods? And I do notice now that I'm tracking everything, I'm extremely energized just after my periods. And that is when I have a lot of energy. I'm out there, I'm working out, I am creative. And these are some of the things I think a journal can help you with. And you can use your own journal or buy one of our journals. But the important thing is just to keep checking in for yourself, checking into you and monitoring. You get a better result with our products if you're monitoring what you eat, your sleep, your exercise, your nutritional value, what you're consuming. Does it have the correct nutritional value? Whether it's proteins, whether it's water, whether you're hydrating, whether you're happy, whether your relationships are positive, and most importantly, just checking in. And that's what the journal is for. Thank you.